These enemies must be defeated.
Your reckoning! Running!
The enemies have been defeated.
So that's that.
Excellent work. This hive is offline, though we need to keep hunting for others.
Alright, so now it's time to reveal the build. And I'm going to make it short and sweet. I'm not going to talk about everything. I'm just going to show everybody the build and that's it. So, alright, so we go in here, go to skills, got all this filled out. Specialty shit, this one here. Then I got this one here. And then this here. And then this one here. And then for masteries. Now this one really doesn't matter. I choose speed burst because I like flying faster. But you can use any of these, it doesn't really matter. Now as for gear, you can use any element here. I prefer to use cryo. There's better cryo pieces. Um, you can use shock, you could use whatever, doesn't matter. You can use any piece in that spot. The hammer, I'm using vibranium with a double leak and range damage, faultless buff, whatever, you know. You can use any hammer you want. You can change these. You can switch this to hot, this to cold, whatever you want to do. This piece here was kind of like a hard drop to get, but it extends the all weapon by 8.5 seconds, so you can literally throw the hammer out and it stays out. Plus it has unarmed cryo leak and hammer intrinsic. But there are other pieces such as this one, which this one, a lot of people are using this one. I don't use it. There's also these, which can, as you can clearly see, boost my valor up way higher than it should be. You know, there's a lot of pieces like that. There's pieces for melee, you know, all that stuff. You know, I can boost however high I want, but I don't need it, as you can see by the gameplay. But this is what I use, the armor that Asgard's Gaia, and, you know, it works perfectly because it keeps the hammer out longer. Now the final piece here is the belt. This is the best belt. It's broken for some reason. It does more damage than it should. You need those precise rolls on it. If you don't get those rolls, it still works fine, but it's not going to do as much damage. And that basically can be found at any vendor. It'll take you sometimes. It took one of my friends 4 days to find it. Some people find it instantly. This is the belt you need. Don't remove this piece. You remove it, it destroys your whole build. So you need this belt piece. That's it. That's what makes the build overpowered. Now, many people use this belt. As you can see, it boosts other stuff, other stats. Then if you get a good roll, such as this one, you know, you get like basically the same thing, but it doesn't do as much damage. There's also this one, the Girdle of the Thunderer. That's another good one. It extends the God Temptress, stuff like that. Like there's plenty of belts, but these belts here are what most people are using for melee. So if you have high melee, you want to use these belts because it just boosts your melee and your defense. But like I said, and this is another one to boost your melee up. And you can get this in exotic, which boosts your melee up really high. But as far as this one here, it's the best belt. That breaks your Jane, it makes your Jane do whatever. She can solo an Adaptoid, she can solo all the villains, she can go through enter the Avengers levels, she can do the Heroic Gauntlet solo, go through the raid with no problems at all. It's whatever. So basically, the way that she's set up for me, I can throw the hammer out and the hammer does all the damage. I can just stand there. I don't even have to do anything. I have a Valor piece. And then I have the Cryo double leak. And of course the Nornstone, the Lethal Will. But I do have this piece and it just wasn't as powerful enough. But again, that's another piece for probably melee. So with melee it'll probably work a lot better. But however people build, that's how they build. I chose, heroic, ranged, and my defense is enough so I shouldn't go down, and melee's just, sitting there. But I guarantee probably after doing normal raids and elite raids by that time, she'll be just as high as Thor with 25,000 heroic and 3,000 range. But yeah, that's it for that build.